Hey everybody, Matt Nicky here, coming to you live from the fabulous Blue Ribbon Lounge. So last year, last birthday this year, I made a decision to not give away so much unasked for advice, and I really liked it. I felt like it was a good practice for me. I'm a little too willy nilly about giving advice. Like, really, who am I? But got it all pent up in me. Gotta get it out. So here's opinions from the Blue Ribbon Lounge. So let's start here. I'm on Yahoo Answers. Let's see some first ones. Does the Vatican IT guy often find holy water in the Pope's printer after he attempts to do any exorcism on it? You know, I have a feeling that at the Vatican, the Pope's not just running around doing all the heavy lifting, you know, whether it be using the printer or doing exorcisms. He's got to have a whole team for that, right? Oh, here's one. Are there any driving examiners willing to take a bribe? I'm going to go with yes on that. I know there's at least one. Whether if somebody's out there near you or not, I can't say so. It also says, if someone offered you $1,000, would you take it? To pass a guy on a driving exam, yes. Because you can pass a driving exam and get a ticket the next day. Just because you pass the driving exam doesn't mean that you're a good driver nowadays, right? That's got to be how that works. It's just with anything. Just because you got a college degree don't make you a smarty pants. Oh. What's to open the pineal gland? Alright, this is a kid's show. Let's skip that one. Oh, here we go. Is it unlikely that alcohol will kill you? Me? Maybe I got a higher percent than most people. Other people... Well, it depends. Would you consider a DUI being the alcohol's fault? One of those things that I always hate seeing, those dang, if guns kill people, then pencils misspell words, and, I don't know, cars get into accidents. I don't know what that stupid bumper sticker says, but I think if you're messing with alcohol, you're flirting with death a little bit. You gotta, a loose grip on life. And that goes with any sort of altering substance, I'd say. Why are white people so racist towards Asians? Well, I think white people are mostly racist against everybody, right? Some sort of superior authority complex. But we're definitely trying to get away from that. At least I am. But I guess probably not most white people. Most white people are probably just super comfortable where they're at, just hating on everybody, right? I could see that. What happens if a prisoner's release date comes during an in-department disciplinary sanction? You know what? I don't believe in the prison system, so that's just that's bad news for everybody right there. Whatever side you're on, bad news. What is climate change? Global warming. Well, let's unpack that. Climate change happens on a lot of different scales. You got your yearly climate change, your daily climate change when the sun goes down. But generally, it's putting off all those crazy gases into the atmosphere, right? Is what people's reasoning for why we're changing the climate. And if you think 60,000 cars, or what? Way more than that. 60 million cars? 60 billion cars? I don't know how many cars there are out there in the world. But if you think all that exhaust isn't affecting the environment, you got to be a little crazy, right? if you think people aren't affecting climate, you're nuts. So along with cars putting out all that exhaust, or hairspray in a can, or whatever it is, uh, along with that, you got cutting down trees left and right. I trimmed a bunch of branches out of my tree, and I'm just like, man, I feel kind of bad about this. We need all the leaves and, oh, what's that called? Photosynthesis we can get nowadays. Taking down the Amazon rainforest and all. Oh, here's a poll. How many pets did you have as a kid? As a kid, I only ever had one dog. My kid now he's got 3 cats at my house. He's got 2 cats at his mom's house. He's always talking about getting a dog or other cat. So many pets. Let's see here. Here's a second question about bribing a driving test examiner. You can't just pass just like the 3-week course? Come on, guy. How can I get a female YA user to undress me and bathe me? Not 100% sure what a YA user is. We got a couple answers here already, so let's see what these are. Bribe them. You got a YA, female YA user, or a driving instructor. Throw a little cash at them. I heard $1,000 will get it. What's wrong with you that you want to an androgynous person to do that to you? Pearl is busy with her dog, if you know what I mean. I don't know what you mean. I don't know what a third of those words are. Win the lottery, then call Fireball. I don't know what that means either. A lot of things that maybe we'll have to Google these words to see what they are. I don't know. The guy I'm dating stood me up. What should I do? Listen, guy stands you up. You give him the cold shoulder for at least a week. You got to keep him on his toes. Make him sweat a little bit. That's how you deal with a man. And then what his reaction is will really tell you if he likes you or not. If he just goes to the next girl, well then, so long, get rid of that rubbish. But if he's, barking up that tree, then he's still interested and throw him a bone. Oh, here we go. Are there any driving examiners willing to take a bribe? Nice. Let's see. Let's go down here a little ways more. Why is it okay to harass Pearl L but not David? I'm not sure what that is. Let's click on that. Get some more answers here. Not okay to harass anyone. Weirdo. I would agree with that one. Just stepping up here. I didn't know if that was some sort of inside baseball type talk. Pearl L or David. But yeah, don't be harassing people. Just leave them alone. Because Pearl is a real tough guy. Real tough. That's one of the answers on here. Let's see if we can find a category. We got arts and humanities, beauty and style, business and finance, cars and transportation. I don't know anything about any of these yet. So, consumer electronics, dining out, education and reference, entertainment and music, environment, family and relationship. I'm going to click that one. I feel like I can give some good advice on family. Are men turned off my virgins? I'm assuming that's supposed to be by virgins. Are men turned off by virgins? Let's see. Show more. This is really embarrassing, but I'm 28 and still a virgin. I was just scared of dick. Like the thought of something so big going inside of me. Well, so big? Is that really what you think a dick looks like? Still, I'm not a prude and believe I will love being penetrated and oral. I'm in a new relationship with a guy that I really like, but he has absolutely no idea I'm a virgin. I want him to be my first. I was just wondering if he will want a more experienced female. You know what? Well, one, you have the option here to not tell him until afterwards, even, or not at all. Is it really his business? But if you're in a relationship with him, you should probably be open. But if you don't want to tell him, I'm betting, as inexperienced as you are, you probably won't be this guy's worst. And also, if you are bad, maybe you just say sorry and just try again. I'm sure he will not be upset about that. Just tell him, hey, you know what? I'm a virgin. Just want to see how many tries it takes for me to get this whole banging business down. I think it should be all right, as long as you communicate with him. Communication makes everything better. Oh, let's see. Does my ex-boyfriend want to be friends or more? Me and my ex broke up 7 months ago. It was mutual. We ended on good terms. Recently, he's been contacting me. We talk every day. We check up on each other's day. We flirt. He sent me a picture of me and complimented me. He told me he wants to hang out soon. I can't tell if he's just being friendly or has feelings for me. What I'm betting here is you guys broke up. You say on good terms, but I'm betting he didn't want to break up. If he's still trying to be friends, I'm betting he did not want to break up. And he's still trying to bark up that tree for sure. So, you could try, and then when the awkward moment comes where he tries to get in bed with you, you either say yes or no, depending on what your preference is. Everything's got to be consensual. Down here in the Blue Ribbon Lounge, we believe consent matters. But, it's really up to you. If you don't want to sleep with him anymore, well, then you're not gonna. And what he thinks or wants doesn't really matter. Ooh, here's one. My boyfriend yelled at me. Should I forgive him? Yes. I hope my wife is watching. And whenever I yell at you, please forgive me. So let me get this straight here. Oh, wait. Oh, that's an answer. Oh, it looks like it gets maybe gushy. My boyfriend yelled at me. Should I forgive him? Here's what happened. My boyfriend let me use his car, and I got into a car accident. So now his car has a dent in the front, and one of his headlights is broken. When he told his dad about it, he was upset. Show me more. He was upset about it, and now my boyfriend is mad at me and even yelled at me about what a bad thing I did. Called me a bad driver. How he shouldn't have let me talk him into letting me drive his car. I did practically beg him to let me drive his car, since his dad said no one was supposed to drive it but him. But I don't like the way he yelled at me, and now he's calling me asking me to forgive him, but I'm not sure though. It really made me upset. What should I do? People are going to yell at you. I don't know if you have... It sounds like you guys are maybe in high school or pretty close to that. But, one, you crashed a car. You got to be going head over heels on trying to make that right. You just fucked up. Not a big deal, but you got to make it right. If you're begging a guy to drive his car, I don't know where you're trying to go, but you couldn't just get a ride. Also, you backed into it, so maybe you hit something, so maybe you're not a good driver. That's pretty possible. But yeah, you should probably get over that. It sounds like, two lefts don't make a right or something like that. So that was Yahoo Answers. You know, just solving all the world's problems. And down here in the Blue Ribbon Lounge. The Blue Ribbon Lounge, blueribbonlounge.com. Check it out. Blue Ribbon Lounge isn't so much a place. It's not so much a basement as it is an idea. You know, a place to have good times. You throw I don't know, even a Bud Light in this thing. Blue Ribbon Lounge. You're having a good time. Just hanging out with friends, hanging out by yourself, having a fire, watching some TV. You know, Blue Ribbon Lounge. It's a good time. So now let's jump over here to Reddit.com. Am I the asshole? And we will see what's going on in people's lives, see what kind of controversy they're in, and wait for it to load here and see if we can't get some deets on these people's lives. Am I the asshole for not forgiving my son for what he did? Well, that definitely depends on what he did. Let's see here. So here's... I, a 53-year-old man, have 3 adult children, 26, 24, and 20. So I'm just going to skip the build-up and say we were a wonderful family unit. I thought my kids were the best siblings until the 24-year-old slept with the 26-year-old's wife. And after the divorce, they got together and had a kid. Ooh, jeez, this is dropping an anvil on me, man. The 26-year-old won't even acknowledge that he's his brother, and will have all completely cut him out. Unfortunately, this means I can't see my grandkids, and we have all cut him out. Everybody has cut the 24-year-old son out. This means he won't see his grandson. I last spoke to my son. I told him, you sold your family for some disloyal pussy. I hope it's worth it. Now, I haven't spoke to him in about 3 years, and we have begun to build my son back up to the man he was before, and we were having a small party for his birthday, and somehow someone who didn't know the story asked about his brother, and I said, I don't know, and they asked what he does. I said again, I don't know. He started getting upset with me, saying it's sad that a father doesn't know anything about his own son. I told him that he made his decision, and I'm not going to discuss it any further. Honestly, I have missed my son, but I can't begin to think of how much it would hurt his 26-year-old to have him disregard his feelings for those two. So is he the asshole? Yeah, for sure. You can't... I don't know. You can't disown your kid for anything less than murder? I mean, if your kid murdered somebody... There's plenty of people out there he could murder that I wouldn't talk to him again, right? Maybe? I don't know. But, yeah, this kid sounds like he's in a bad spot with the rest of his family. But you're taking it out on your grandson. And you don't have to invite him to stuff. You know, you don't have to tell your 26-year-old kid to do it or to get over it. That's between them. And not seeing your nephew is a lot different than not seeing your grandkid or your kid. But how is your kid, your 24-year-old son, going to change or grow as a person if you're not willing to show him how to do that? Also, this person at the party, I don't know who it is, just saying that you're a bad dad just right out of the gate? Get off it. You know? He doesn't know. He doesn't know what kind of crazy troubles this kid's getting into. You made it sound like you didn't tell him nothing. So that guy can get the hell out of here. And, yeah, just call him. You know, FaceTime the grandson. 3 years? You haven't seen your grandson, your kid? I don't know if that's right. Let's see here. Get rid of that. Find another one here. Oh. Let's see here. Oh, we got a bunch of stuff popping up left and right. Go back. Let's see. Am I the asshole for not paying for my daughter's wedding / university? Oh, that's a long one. I don't even want to read that. But I mean, no. If you can't afford your kid's wedding, or your kids should have as much of a wedding or schooling or life that they can afford, you know? If you can't afford sending your kid to a community college and they got to go get a job and do it themselves, boo-hoo. You know, there's plenty of kids that have to do that because their parents can't afford it. This is a crazy world right now. You know, you can hardly buy a car, let alone groceries or college or, you know, a wedding. Like, also, I'm betting that person wants some crazy spectacular wedding. It's going to be one day. When you're having a wedding, folks, spend the money on food. Forget that other garbage. Forget chair covers. Forget table decorations. Spend the money on the food. And the good times will be had by the people, right? You don't need fancy lights and one of those archways made out of balloons and roses. First of all, roses have thorns. They're going to pop them balloons. That's a Matt Nicky tip. But, yeah, you know you're not an asshole. Oh. Let's see here. Am I the asshole for refusing to pay my former psychiatrist's $100 late fee? Let's see if that has anything more. Oh, I had problems with anxiety and sleeping. Found a psychiatrist near me. She gave me a 3-month supply of medicine. And I was to call her a week before I ran out. Maybe down to 9 days worth before I called her. I left a voicemail. Then it was 4 days, so I called again and left a voicemail. Then I was down to my last pill, called and emailed her on Wednesday. She calls me today, I'm assuming it's Thursday, at 10 a.m. and requests that I come down to her office for a visit. No scheduling? Like, this person's probably working. You can't schedule it. You can't, like, write another week and schedule something for a week out. Oh, I had no choice but to go. You always have a choice, but she is off for the weekend. We scheduled the only time 2 p.m. She was available. Ended up coming at 2:07. We talked about the meds. She handed me a prescription. It was a 12-minute session. Before I leave, she asked me how I was going to take care of the $100 late fee. So she was 7 minutes late to like an emergency meeting. Told her that it was her fault for not picking up the phone or replying to my emails. And then she schedules something last minute. Yep. Knowing full well I have to come because I need the meds. Feels like she's scamming me. You know what? The medical... The way the medical system works is a scam. You know, and I'm sorry to say that. And, you know, here you're seeing it. The whole medical system's a scam. It doesn't breed, you know, personal relationships. And, you know, you got taken advantage of by the system. And maybe this psychiatrist sucks too. I don't know. But no, you're not the asshole. Sounds like maybe the psychiatrist is, but the government's the real asshole in this one. Let's see what we got here next. Maybe just do one or two more of these. Am I the asshole for telling kids to get out of my garden? Kids, get off my lawn! I, 22, live in a close-knit estate in the UK where 5 doors down there's a terraced house with about 4 kids living there. The estate is, for the most time, a generally peaceful place. However, this last month, I found that 4 kids have chosen to hang around directly outside my house and chalk everywhere on the pavement. This really isn't an issue for me, so why are you bringing it up? But my house seems to be the only place they choose to do this. Additionally, my house is up for sale. That's questionable. And a few times, house viewers have been met with these kids chalking up the front of the house, which may put them off perhaps. They often sit directly next to my driveway where I witnessed them slam their toy car into my actual car, which has pissed me off. Yep. Parents, you need to get control of your kids when they're touching other people's property. Oftentimes, I'll just come out to the driveway, get into my car, and the kids just refuse to move. That's not... Nope. So I have to drive around them. Anyway, a month later of this, I just had to come off of a night shift where I was absolutely knackered and slept during the afternoon. Absolutely knackered. Is that just tired or is that drunk? Knackered. Come down to the Blue Ribbon Lounge, get knackered. Few hours of sleep. I can hear these same children screaming at the top of their lungs. Kids do that. Leap out of bed, open my blinds, see them running all over my garden, jumping over my metal gates, bringing their scooters in. I open the window and essentially ask them what they're doing and stay out of my garden. They promptly left. I don't want to be a joy kill for the kids, as I can appreciate that during my younger youth, I enjoyed playing out with my mates. Join your mates down in the Blue Ribbon Lounge. Get knackered. But I feel that this just takes the piss a bit. Get pissed in the Blue Ribbon Lounge. This is a good one. I like this. More people from the UK. Yes, I would hang out in estates and whatnot, but I wouldn't dare start messing around in people's gardens. Am I the asshole? Yeah, I think you're the asshole in the fact that you need to take care of this quicker. You know, if these kids are being nuisances, and these kids aren't going to change themselves. What do you think? These are 30-year-old men learning how to conduct themselves? They're children. You got to go over to their parents, tell them to get them the hell out of your yard, and, well, you say it a little more respectfully the first couple of times, but tell them to get out of your yard, and, yeah, sell that place and get away from those kids. You know, because when they get older, they sound like they're going to be troublemakers. You're going to have some flat tires. But yeah, you're the asshole. Sorry, bud. Next page. All right. Am I the asshole for not wanting to sleep at my in-laws for Thanksgiving? This will be my husband, 26 male, and my 25 male. Is it necessary to put your age on a lot of these? I'm not so sure. I could see some situations where age does matter, but I don't think it does for this one. Maybe it does. I don't know. This will be my husband and my first Thanksgiving since we got married. We are driving about 2.5 hours to his mother's for Thanksgiving and originally planned to stay in a hotel. She said she didn't want us to spend money and she'll put an air mattress in the living room. My husband said, well, you know, I don't have a problem with it. Essentially throwing me under the bus. Yeah, that dude's an asshole, throwing you under the bus. Although I think I've probably done that to my wife a few times, and that's my bad, baby. She responded, he's part of the family now, so he has to get us essentially throwing me under. She responded that he's part of the family now, so he has to get used to how we live. Maybe she's part of the family now, and she has to get used to how we live, because talking about her. I'm not a family gathering type of person, so I'm already compromising by going to the dinner. Also, his mother said, we will not do anything sexual while we're there. The mom said that she's not going to do anything sexual, or that you guys won't. Because she doesn't really have control over that, right? You slip one into the bathroom, or when everybody's asleep, you just do a little spoon cuddling, you know? But I understand they're religious. So the gay thing, oh, this will be my husband, 26 male, and my 25 male. Oh, okay. I understand they're religious, so the gay thing is not supported, but I am a grown man and I'm married. I would like to sleep in a hotel where I have privacy and can truly wind down after a long day being around my in-laws. Plus, our dog will be with us. It just seems like way more effort to stay there when we could easily afford a hotel room. Am I the asshole? No, you're not the asshole. But that does sound pretty normal for a mom, definitely, and also parents in a family not wanting you to spend money on a hotel. You gotta get your husband to push back on this if you're not comfortable. Yeah, you definitely got it. You're not the asshole at all. Your husband's kind of the asshole. Threw you under the bus with the he doesn't have a problem with it, and that he's not willing to back you on it. So he's the asshole, but you married that asshole, and I hope it's good. You know what I mean? Get that asshole. But yeah, no, you're not an asshole. All right, let's crush one more, and let's see if it's a good one. Am I the asshole for going to hang out with my boyfriend's friends? Nah. Am I the asshole for staying friends with my ex's dad? Nah. Am I the asshole for not turning over my keys? Formatted on mobile. Good to know. One of my 22-year-old male friends, apparently his name is Adam. I don't know why you needed to put that in there. Recently turned. Oh, he's one of my. This is a 22-year-old male friends, person named Adam. Still not relevant. Recently turned 21 and invited a few of us over to celebrate the occasion. Him and his parents run a small campground, so we used one of their cabins for the night. As you might imagine, we were up to some debauchery, and we all planned on staying the night. Adam's parents were collecting keys from us, and I don't think it was necessary for them to have access to my car for a few reasons. Is that supposed to be like example? But instead they put estimated time of arrival. They asked for the keys before any drinks had started. I wasn't drunkenly refusing. One of my keys were already in my bag with my air mattress, where they would stay until the morning. 2, while Adam is a good friend of mine, I've only met his parents once prior to the weekend. I don't think it's appropriate to give my car and house keys to essentially strangers. 3, a lot of reasons here. A lot of reasons not to give your keys to strangers. 3, I don't need my friend's parents to look after me. I can take care of myself just fine. Thank you very much. However, I was the only one to object to handing over my keys. Oops, got out of there. Where'd that go? Back here. Don't get me wrong, I'm very appreciative of them letting us use their rooms, and I understand that they only take the keys for our safety, but they don't collect keys from regular guests at the campground. I don't see any reason to walk all the way to the cabins, about a half mile, and back just for my keys. Am I the asshole for keeping my belongings to myself? No. And this Adam dude, he needs to get his parents out from fucking planning his birthday parties, you know what I mean? I just imagine you guys have a couple of beers, a clown shows up. Although, having a couple beers and having a clown shut up isn't the worst thing. Yeah. Did they get him a cake that said "Happy Birthday, Adam"? Happy 21st. They got a rum raisin cake. 21st birthday. You're not the asshole, but arguably neither is anybody else here. Let's see what other people said. No, not the asshole. You're an adult, and that caliber of control isn't necessary for a reasonable host. Yeah, I would agree with that. Nah, not the asshole, not the asshole. Consensus is not the asshole. All right, well, thanks for letting me get some of them opinions out of here. Thanks for stopping by the Blue Ribbon Lounge. Make sure you're having a good time, wherever your Blue Ribbon Lounge might be. And I'll catch you next time.